It is time to re-enter the royalty-free music. Oh my fucking god. I had a failed take before this where I got interrupted in the first 15 seconds. And this was the first song it played. Why is it doing it twice? No, hold on. If I stop it and click this again. What? What? No. What if I leave that open? What the frick? What if I skip to the end? Okay, phew. Oh god. I will accept this. Detective Pony, Chapter 5. Missing. Everyone's going to die, I know this. I think they're Decoy serpent, employable in many jinks, both high and low. Dr. Crandall, what happens after death? Are all of our sins tallied? Anna asked nervously. Every last one, he said. He smiled at Anna. Pawnee told me that you discovered the fire, Anna. You just had to stick your fucking nose where it didn't belong, didn't you? If the clinic had burned down, I could have gotten a huge insurance check. Acorn is frightening me more and more each day, said Anna. He has secrets locked inside his mind that no mortal should know, and I have a feeling that he will soon unleash them. Then you're both abominations before the lives of man and God, Pam whispered to herself. Anna looked around the office again. Was the cat hiding knowledge even more sinister and frightening than Acorn's? She still didn't see him. Where's the black cat that has been terrorizing us since this fateful morning, she said. Dr. Crandall looked around the office too. Isn't he here? He said, the panic rising in his voice. Oh boy. Pawnee came into the office. Her blood ran cold when she saw that Anna was alive once more, but not literally cold in the sense of reptile's blood. She could still thermo-regulate with the best of them. Where's the black cat? Asked Anna. Dr. Crandall got him out of the fire, Pawnee said, casting an uncertain glance at Pam. Pam mouthed later. Then what happened? Asked Anna. Pawnee thought for a second. Brandy started to admit to his many horrible crimes and murders, she said. I put the cat down and gagged Brandy. The time for confessing is later. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. When I looked back, the cat was gone. Anna felt the shivs she kept in her pocket. The shivs that she kept in her pockets. Do you think the cat ran back into the fire? She asked Dr. Crandall, like horses do. Dr. Crandall shook his head. No, he answered. No animal but a pony would be idiotic enough to do that. God damn, our ponies stupid. Good lord, fucking ponies. Pawnee pulled Pam aside as Anna and the doctor attended to the pets. What in the Christ-loving fuck happened to Anna? She whispered. I don't know, Pam said. She seems unchanged so far, but who knows what you brought back from the other side with her. One more thing, hissed Pawnee, about what you said earlier in the paddock. Pam licked her lips. Oh, so you are curious about the identity of your real father. Even in these dark times, Pam could not miss a chance to play mind games with the Indian, what the frick? No. Seriously, what the frick? Can I get something?
Indiana.
Indiana, that. Let's put the quotes around that to make sure. I'm not getting anything. Come on. Ah! Oh boy, time to go into Microsoft Edge. I actually tried using it. Google Chrome is still better. even if it does have trouble loading big pages. Why the fuck do I have Roblox open? What? Who the fuck is this? No, who is this? Why do I... Oh, no, I looked that up because, like, someone told me that was them. Okay, that's why. Okay.
English. Indianian. Indianian.
Indianian.
In British English. Indianian.
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 In Australian English.
Oh god.
Indianian.
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 In Welsh English.
Oh god.
Indianian.
Indianian. Indianian. God, why do they all pause oddly at different times? But Indianian. Indianian. That makes so much more sense. Alright, where was that? Even in these dark times, Pam could not miss a chance to play mind games with the Indianian city that she called her friend. My father is Ron fucking Swanson, Pawnee said, and if you even try to suggest otherwise to me, I will dismantle you, understand? Pam just smirked. She knew that a seed of doubt had been planted in Pawnee's mind, and it was soon to become a sprout of doubt, then a tree of doubt. For a seed, be it a metaphorical or literal one, has power. How fucking long is it? Jesus Christ! That's a long song. You should be in the corner. Convenience. But 1 hour! 1 hour! Oh, gotta get my bearings straight. Nice. Makes me want... What? Okay, what is the fuck? I'm part of that 1%. I'm here because of Shuffle Play. What is the lore behind this song? What is the intense lore in the background of this? I must get in on this. After listening to this song, I think I need to go to the hospital. Oh! Oh my fucking god. I have been binge watching BFDI, like binge rewatching because of the new episode, and then I just can't escape it at this point. Oh dear god. Anyway, and what tremendous power it is, Acorn, said the cat in its dumbrel so melting tones. But I command power too, the power of death, and I use that power to pluck Anna's life from this earth like a speck of dandruff from a slovenly head. She died of a heart attack 20 minutes ago, Acorn. The horse said nothing, but as I told you, you have power. In this case, ironically, it is the power of life. I will bring her back, but only if you make a deal with me. What sort of deal? Anna asked hoarsely. Please take a moment to appreciate my pun. I put hours of work into You must simply agree to take a walk with me, that's all. Where will you lead me? Minos chuckled. Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? You just have to wait to find out, although I'm sure you already know. When I call you, Acorn ruminated. Seas symbolize life, yes, but they're also inextricably wound together with death, Acorn, the cat said, beating the seed metaphor to within an inch of its metaphorical life. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. John 5:24. Very clever, but neither the word nor the word can save you now. You know it's 12:24. You also know that it's an epigram of something Karamazovian. Yes, Acorn, your life is more Karamazovian and more Dostoevskian, for that matter, than the lives of most. Jesus fucking Christ, Dirk. Jesus fucking Christ, Dirk! Why are you doing this to me? Why must you do this to me? I would assume you're them as well. Tell me, cat, which better describes your own life? Or I can't pronounce this stuff, okay? I do not know your philosophy Greek stuff, Dirk. I do not know how to pronounce Greek words. So I'm not going to try. I'm sure you like to know, but let's just say that my 3 ambs are both he and Acorn was silent for a brief moment. The galaxies of synapses and neurotransmitters that crackled in his Gothic cathedral of a brain churned and stewed in deepest contemplation. Alright, he said at last. I've known that this day was coming and I've put it off long enough. I'll follow you, Minos. Don't pretend you're doing this for you or for me, the cat said. You're doing it for her. Acorn said nothing. You're not even going to deny it? Maybe you have changed after all, but too little, too late. I look forward to our walk. Goodbye, Acorn. Minos took a tiny pebble of a shit and slinked off into the black night. 10 minutes in the past, a dead girl's heart restarted and she sat up in the snow. Acorn knew better than most that nothing comes without a cost. Nice. This song is not fitting, okay? Shut up. I'll give it a like, though. It's kind of calming. Da, da, da. Anna experimentally flexed the new robotic arm that Pam had whipped up for her. How fortuitous that my friend is a world-class cybernetics expert, she thought to herself. After the Pony Pals cleared their web browsers histories and cookies, they went back outside with the intention of binding and killing that damn cat. It was safe for the horses and ponies to go back in the barn. The girls led the ponies inside, licked off the snow, dried them off, and discussed their plans for dismantling the patriarchy. The whole time Anna was helping with the ponies, she kept sharpening her dagger for the cat. She didn't see him anywhere, nor did she see Acorn. But she didn't worry. She was used to Acorn vanishing for weeks at a time and then suddenly returning, covered in assorted viscera and miscellaneous cruor. Cruor is a good word, she thought to herself, as she absent-mindedly crushed a rock in a fine sand with her robot hand. We have to sleep in my room, Pam told Potty and Anna, with a nod all except a wink at the two of them. We can share my bed. Anna didn't care much for Pam's sexual advantage, no matter how attractive Pam might be in the moonlight. Her hair still flecked with ash, her eyes bright and sparkling, her lips half parted, her dark skin looking so soft and strangely inviting, but no. Not tonight, at least. Tomorrow she could search for the cat and explore the complexities of her developing adolescent sexuality. Why? Why is it... How do I describe this music? It's like the definition of Italian. That dude made every song on the internet. Yes. The new anthem. What? Like the... When I hear Mafia, all I can think is A Hat in Time. Human Toy Freddy. Is that what you... Now it's freaking rapping Ronald Reagan. What the frick? Ronnie is smart. He wears the pants. What about discussing? Anyone say anything? Still saving those bees? Yep. How is it that you have 184 subs? Worb! Oh frick, I didn't mean to dislike that. Do I know you? This actually sounds kind of familiar. I don't know. Something about you seems familiar, but I'm not sure what. I'll look into it later. Anyway, Anna was the first pony pal to wake up the next morning. She had terrible dreams, if they could even be called dreams. Ever since she had died, everything was different. It felt as if rather than returning to life from the other side, she had traveled straight through and come out the other end, returning full circle to a starting place. The other side of the other side. No one could possibly understand what it was like to awaken from that slumber that should have been eternal. Is this mockery of life? Is have existence really better than death? Anna whispered to herself as she gazed out the window at the falling snow, swirling a snifter of brandy with her robot hand, the other hand pressed longingly against the window pane. Shape without form, shape without color, paralyzed force, gesture without motion. She took a sip of her liquor, but not even spirits could give her the temporary relief of oblivion that they were once able to offer. Perhaps because I have no spirit of my own, she thought. Anna swirled the brandy some more and observed the liquid's widening gyre. She drained the glass and threw it against the wall, watching as it fell apart. The center could not hold. Anna had no innocence to be drowned, and she was certainly full of passion and intensity. She welcomed the mere anarchy and bathed the blood-dimmed time. She would deafen that fucking falcon herself if it came to that. Perhaps the long-awaited rough beast was neither Acorn nor Minnows, but Anna herself. But towards what destination was Anna slouching? She dressed quietly and went out to the new barn. Fuck. Expect plenty more of those interruptions. She was going to find that fucking cat. Someone would die today. Anna looked for the cat in the straw and on the rafters of Acorn's stall. The little fucker wasn't there. Acorn nuzzled Anna's shoulder sleepily. I'm going to exterminate from this world every trace of that goddamn cat, she told him. But Acorn wouldn't meet her eye. Anna was accustomed to Acorn's pensive mood, especially after he returned from one of his mysterious disappearances. She'd never begrudge him the time it takes to clear one's brain of a new darkness, or to wait for the new darkness to spread until the whole brain is uniformly tainted and therefore uniformly purified. But this felt different. Was this the cat's doing, she asked herself? Or has Acorn finally knocked through the last thread that connected him to Sandy, as I always knew that he eventually would? Anna looked in the rest of the horse stalls. No catechism would assuage the fear that coursed through her, as religion is helpless in the face of that which is inherently and insistently not only godless and ungodly, but even God-negating. No catharsis was to be had today. Anna knew. Go pop the feck, she said, then shook her head sadly. Her soul would remain unpurged. No, catatonia was not the answer either. It was far too late to hide her faint unresponsiveness. Pam and Pawnee came into the old barn. Did you guys find the categorical imperative that I explained to you last night to be helpful in your struggle to understand morality? Pawnee asked. No, said Anna. I believe that we live in a post-Kantian world. Also, the cat's still fucking missing. Maybe he went into the woods, said Pawnee while drinking peppermint schnapps straight from the bottle. She had a serious problem. It's so cold out there, said Anna. I would say I hope he freezes, but I know that the liquid brimstone that surely flows through his veins will keep him warm. Pam put a mink stole around Anna's shoulders. We'll all look for the cat, she creaked. But first, we had to feed our ponies. Okay, said Anna. Pam went to the back to get her pair of balances. When she returned, she leapt on Acorn's back, and lo, Anna beheld the black horse and its rider. Come and see, Pawnee told Anna. A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou heard not the oil and the wine. Boop. What the ever-loving fuck are you even saying? Asked Anna. Acorn ran around the paddock once and then stopped. and I was surprised that Acorn didn't run with his friends, but the red, white, and pale horses and their riders were nowhere to be found. Acorn just stood at the fence and stared into the woods. He's looking for the cat, thought Anna. Even the company of a devil must be preferable to being alone. After they ate breakfast, the girls packed thermoses of, you know what, the liquor joke is too obvious here. This time, I'm going to make the thermoses full of healthy soup. You've got to give your characters a break once in a while. You're responsible for them after all, and not in some shitty, pseudo-clever, magniloquent, metaphysical way. Don't worry, I'm not going to get all 6 characters in search of why here. That would just be self-indulgent. I mean, I'm obviously going to inevitably write myself into the story later, and it's going to be incredibly fucking self-indulgent. I'm going to be handing out indulgences like it's a 16th century Catholic clergyman, except I'll be handing them all to myself, indulging myself all over the damn place. Martin Luther's going to have to come over here himself and bust my popish ass for it. I guess what I'm saying, Jane, is that I'm directly responsible for the Protestant Reformation. I conceived of this book as a dumb gag birthday present for you, but somehow turned into a Faustian, perilously close Faustian saga about good and evil, at least. That's what I think it has become about. I honestly still don't know at this point. Ergo, our aforementioned responsibility. I always get carried away with my projects, you know that, but here's the rub. When I started starting all that grandiloquent prose, it was ironic and intensely turgid and purple as shit. I'm really not sure if that's still what I'm doing, or if I'm sincerely trying to write a compelling, dare I say meaningful story about the nature of sin and redemption. It's certainly a possibility. Perhaps this whole project is some Freudian mechanism I'm using to work through the complex issues tucked away deep in the neglected, cobwebby corners of my troubled teenage son. Or a Jungian mechanism, or a Janetian one, Jasperian? Christ, what is it with European psychotherapists and J-names? Sorry, I'm a bit rusty on my late 19th, early 20th century analytic psychology and the various mechanisms thereof. It's like psychology is Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I'm Charlie fucking Bucket out here, looking through the gate, my little sooty popper nose poking through the bars. Oh. TikTok! No! Oh god! my little sooty popper nose poking through the bars, wondering what could possibly be inside. Oh, what saturnine fantasies! Oh, what liverlose reveries! Oh, the vagaries of gumdrops and licorice and taffies! But no Tootsie Rolls, because fuck those disgusting things, am I right? But then, I find one of the 5 golden copies of the interpretation of dreams that I get to actually explore this mysterious Wonka Wonder Palace, where events fold as unpredictably and phallocentrically as would be expected from such inventors with the psyche of an aging candy tycoon who's the type of guy that nubial youth to his factories. That invites nubial youths to his factory to inspect his fantastic contraptions. It's another picture of bucking horses, what do you want me to say? A fearsome paddock pirate runs by. What is this asshole even looking at? Probably some bullshit, that's what. Okay, fuck. I got way off track here. My attempt to assure you that I wasn't going to succumb to the allure of Fox philosophical meta-commentary turned into just that. And then it turned into a lazy fantasy about Willy Wonka, I guess? Needless to say, the whole digression is ironic. But it's a type of irony that has actually become sincere by virtue of its utterly failed approximation of sincerity. You know I'd never unironically write something like those first few paragraphs, and I know you know. So, the fact that I did is a de facto breach of an unstated contract of communicational transparency between us. That I would betray such said contract then becomes the actual meaning of the gesture. Why would I do such a thing if not to emphasize the degree of my sincerity? The form of the message becomes its content, and the original content and the meaning thereof is just and off to God knows where. Eventually, we both become so concerned about whether or to what degree I'm being ironic that we lose track of what it is that I'm being or not being ironic about. And, of course, in the above paragraph, as well as this one, the pretense of shedding my irony to address you directly about my failed use of irony elsewhere is another level of overarching irony, further masking / enhancing the sincerity of said address, as well as the original content isn't even accessible anymore. Sincerity has become just another pharmacon, the supposed cure to my irony, yet one which effaces the original message just as much as the poisonous irony that obscured it in the first place. Either way, meaning is lost. It's complicated is what I'm saying. Layers, pharmacon, I'll explain to you someday. After eating their healthy soup, the two girls in the town set out on their journey to find the motherfucking cat so they could kill it and get back to their regular pony pal shit. As they rode, Pam looted a sweatshirt from a nearby corpse. Anna then asked Pam how she knew the corpse was there. This sweatshirt will make a perfect smothering tool for the cat, she said. When they went back outside, Acorn was still standing at the fence looking into the woods. The pony pals thought he was idly contemplating the terrifying vacuum that one inevitably finds when searching for any sort of meaning in existence, as he was wont to do. Little did they know that today, Acorn was brooding on a more personal terror. Minos would be coming for him, and Acorn had a feeling that the moment of his arrival would be very soon indeed. And then that infernal cat would lead Acorn somewhere. He would use no halt to her reins, but Acorn knew that this was one rider that he could not buck. Oh my fucking god. We have important work to do today, Anna told Acorn. We're going to look for that unholy cat, and then we are going to embrace our bases in the most primal bloodlust and rend its head from its body. Anna put her left foot in the stirrup and swung up on the saddle for what Acorn knew would probably be the last time. Acorn was not one for sentimentality. Emotions, he had found, started to fade from one's mind after the first few thousand years of living, but Minos' words the other day had reawakened something within him. Why did he let Anna put a saddle on him? His previous riders had all been mighty gladiators, inspiring leaders and men, brilliant warrior poets, or chiefs of above-average talent. And now, Anna Harley, pony pal. Acorn was no unicorn, attracted to and tamed by the purity of a young woman. Then again, Anna was far from pure, but it was not her bloodthirstiness that had drawn Acorn to her either. Was it really, as Minos had tauntingly suggested, fear of his own power and his increasing inability to properly control it? Acorn had admitted that he was getting old, getting tired. Was he trying to sequester himself, to forget all that he had been, and the potential he had, the potential to be what had never before been, and what could barely be at all? Was Anna the steel-lined concrete containment building around the nuclear fuse and reactor that was his mind? Anna took up Acorn's reins and led him into the woods. Together, they melted into the tree line. All three, the girl, the pony, the woods, were lovely, dark, and deep. But Acorn had a promise to keep, and miles to go. And miles to go. Return. Chapter 6. 30 minutes for a single chapter. The most dramatic fight of all. A mustachioed strongman fighting to tie his own shoes. He's just too strong, Jane. He's just too strong. I love it. The fight. Oh no. The pony pals rode their ponies with a kind of solemnity usually reserved for soldiers en route to battle. The cat weighed heavily in all their minds. Acorn was afraid of it. Pam felt a burning hatred towards it. Anna secretly hoped that it could answer her questions about what had happened to her in that 20 minutes during which she had been dead. Potty wanted to learn new cocktail recipes from it. She had a serious problem. Where should we start looking for the cat? Pam asked, munching on a pheasant that she had just plucked from the sky mid-flight. Acorn was staring in the direction of Ponypal Trail, said Anna, somehow still unaware of how fucking stupid Ponypal Trail sounds. Let's start there, Pony extravasted. It could be a clue. The pony pals galloped across the field. They turned down the 3 magic beads that mysterious man standing in a field offered them in exchange for their immortal souls. It was probably a wise decision. Look for local politicians in the snow, said Pawnee, secretly hoping to find her mother and settle the question of her true paternity once and for all. Anna and Acorn took the lead. Anna looked straight, but she was actually bisexual. Oh dear God. Pawnee knew that the anti-regulatory libertarian Ron Swanson politically leaned to the right, and Pam, as she was known to do, left inflammatory manifestos nailed to every tree she passed. Oh God. After a while, Pam barbarically yapped. I see some bullshit over here that advances the plot. Anna turned Acorn around and looked to where Pam pointed. Small tracks in the snow crackled with intense violet magics. To Anna, they looked like the marks she had seen in her dreams last night, her robot fist clenched. Pawnee dismounted to get a closer look at the tracks. She pulled out her peaky... Fuck. Hello, I wasted a good amount of time that I could have been recording to watch a freaking video because Fox is uploaded with an update on the Let's Read Homestuck series, and just kind of giving some insight in the editing process and like confirming that it is not cancelled. So yes, anyway, she pulled out her PKE meter. Its readings were off the charts. This adventure had got off the rails. Pawnee was off the wagon. Magic. These are very fiendish tracks, the town said, but they have eldritch runes. A cat's track is so goddamn evil that no runes can bind its strings. A leopard made these tracks, fleet and nimble-footed, with a coat completely covered by dark spots, and those tracks over there are of a lion head held high and furious for hunger, so that the air itself seems to be shaking. And those tracks are from a she-wolf, ravenously lean, seemingly laden with such endless cravings that she made many live in misery. By nature she is so depraved and vicious that her greedy appetite is never filled. The more she feeds, the hungrier she grows. Residual magic that spilled to the bottom of the page. I love that. Pawnee swung back up on Lo Sebastian, but there shall be no greyhound born between Feltro and Feltro, she said. Only another fucking cat. Anna took the lead again. When they reached the 3 birches, Acorn stopped. He knew that this was his time to leave, and, surprisingly, he realized that he was ready to. He glanced down at page 43. Acorn thought to himself, a prime number. Is it fitting or ironic that a life full of multiplicity ends with something individual? It's just as ancient prophecy foretold, said Anna excitedly. Where the 3 birches rise up, there shall he descend, said Pam. Acorn is not long for this world, Anna. We were wrong about the cat. He's not here for us. He's still a son of a fuck, but we can't interfere with this. There could be a clue, Pawnee burbled. Let's see what really happens beyond the veil on the other side of the other side. Acorn sniffed for another minute, then he raised his head. He turned towards a trail that started behind the 3 birch trees. Minnow sat in the upper branches of one of the trees, shitting silently and solemnly onto the forest floor below. Acorn needs to lead with his feline psychopomp, Anna. We all knew that his reckoning would come one day, Pawnee said quietly. I'm sorry, Anna nodded sadly. All 3 girls dismounted in silence. Acorn closed her eyes and dropped Acorn's reins. The cat began to come down from its perch, hopping from branch to branch, leaving tiny kitty shit on each. Okay, she's done with what she was calling me so much about. Anyway, it landed lightly in the snow and began to saunter towards Acorn, but Anna stepped into its path. She knelt and looked the cat right in its goddamned eyes. You are an evil fucking thing, Anna whispered. I now understand who you are and what you must do, but I swear I will never, never forgive you. I warn you. Judge fairly, for even the eternal judge is not free from my judgment. Yes, I too have a secret. There are wheels within wheels in the town of Wickens, and fires within fires. Now go! She stood. The cat sauntered between her legs and jumped onto Acorn's back. Minos rode Acorn down the long and winding path into the unknown. Oh boy. Now at the end of Acorn's lifelong journey, he found himself deep in a silent wood, the slate gray sky foreboding dense and stormy. An evil fucking cat kept scheming brood upon its book, a burden unremitting. As Acorn cantered on, he understood. Their destination would be one befitting an unrepentant sinner such as he, but then that cat of darkness started shitting. Befitting shit. Okay, that works. And now, it seems that every shrub and tree was not but cat shit death, soon in shitty earth, a shitty island, and a shitty sea. Shitty sea. The cat shit on and laughed with a gleeful mirth, at Acorn's clear disgust at such a sight, and now like an inverted fecal birth, they near the source of this unholy blight, a guano gate upon which words appeared, an script that burned red with fiery light. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Derivative, said Acorn, and cliché. I say dantesque, the cat replied, but we're not in this place of sightsee. Acorn neighed. The suffix esque implies a likeness, not a phrase that's stolen wholesale, which conveys the writer's laziness, like they forgot. Illusion must be more than blatant theft, caught up in meta-referential thoughts. The pony failed to notice they had left the realm of life and entered that of death, of light and joy, of love and mirth barefit, This cloudy and industrial land impressed upon its visitor an eerie calm as if some cosmic power held its breath. In Gilead there's not a drop of balm, nor respite nor repentance to be found, the shepherd absent from King David's psalm. For in the river Yinon which he was drowned, how the frick do I pronounce that? Oh, louder. Woo. Towards other rivers now sped Acorn on, which through this murky landscape curled and bleh. Cocytus, Lezi, Styx, and Phlegethon. 'Twas Archeon, though they now know that they now drew near, and Acorn knew he'd seen his final dawn. Grim Charon waited at his marshy pier, but Acorn whinnied, fuck that noise, and leapt into the waters as if with no fear. Against the rotting waves the pony schlepped, amidst a thousand slimy souls that howled or gnashed or teased or prayed or wept. The river's morbid current sucked and pulled, but our determined Acorn stayed in stride. His iron hooves struck out and beat the cold, and damned spirits raked back between their eyes. The rays shrunk back, and in their swirling blood, as black as sin was Acorn rebaptized. At last his hooves did touch the fetid mud of that dread river's other darker bank, where blew a constant miasmic scud, a misery from which all pure souls shrank. The pony plodded onward towards his fate, the wretched water dripping from his flanks. It seemed that nothing now could break its gates, that from his course he never could be budged, despite his rider's grim oppressive weight. The steadfast Acorn merely onward trudged, prepared to have his heavy sins be judged. Page 46 was included in the longhand interlude in Chapter 3. Oh boy, this will be good. You can stop here, Acorn, said the cat. What part of Hades' lair is this that you have brought me to? No, we're done with the turds of Rima now. You don't have to talk in the yimbacks anymore. That's a relief, said Acorn, relishing the dactyl. Acorn glanced around their stopping place. The slimy banks of the Archeron had long since transitioned into a forest of dead, white trees, through which the pony and the cat had been walking for what felt like either minutes, hours, or decades. But now Acorn and the goddamned cat stood in a small clearing, filled with cold, flat light that filtered down from some unseen source in the uniformly cloud-covered sky. The ground beneath Acorn's hooves was gray and marshy, seemed somehow ephemeral, as if it was not entirely there, as if there was something else just below its surface, merely visible. An oppressive mist hung in the sky and over the ground, sending cold tendrils to look at Acorn's fetlocks. Silence. Stillness. So this is where it happens, Acorn asked. This is where I'm judged by you? Well, by me and my two co-arbiters, Minnow said as he leapt off Acorn's back and sashayed up to a broad, low tree stump near the middle of the clearing. He jumped onto the white stump, sat, and curled his tail around himself demurredly. Yes, said Acorn, you're referring to your brothers Radamanthus and Ichthys, the former king of Yigna. The three of you judge the souls of the dead and decide which realm of the other underworld they shall inhabit. Right, exactly, said the cat. You didn't have to explain all that to me, since I obviously know it already. I know, said Acorn, but this part of the plot's important, and so I wanted to make it all explicit for people who don't know every fucking detail of Greek mythology by heart. Fine, whatever. The point is, Acorn, the other judges will be joining us shortly, and then your souls shall be laid bare, for I have known your sins already, known them all, the sins that fix you in that formulated phrase. And when you are formulated, sprawling on a pin, when you are pinned and wriggling on my wall, then how will you begin to spit out all the butt ends of your days and ways? And how should you presume? Acorn shot back. Minnow shook his tiny cat head. Acorn, that's not what you meant at all. That's not it at all. The Acorn began licking one adorable white paw and glanced slyly at the defiant pony from the corners of his bottomless eyes. So tell me, has it been worth it after all? Has it been worthwhile? I think we should go back, said Pam. It's a safe thing to do. Acorn has gone to be judged for his sins, and my god-awful cat left with him. I agree with Pam, said Pawnee. She put the severed head of the rapper Snoop Dogg back into her saddlebag. Oh my, what did we miss? We should go back to Wiggins, even though that's still a dumb name for a town. I thought the Pony Pals didn't give up, said Anna. Sparks began to fly from her mechanical arm, and the other Pony Pals heard a horrifying grinding. Whether from the arm or from the tortured swarm of brain gears inside Anna's head, they were unsure. We're not giving up, said Pawnee. We just don't think that we can rescue Acorn's soul, now that it has been reaped by that fucking cat. Anna, it's 2 against 1, said Pam proudly. She had only recently learned to count and showed off this new skill at every opportunity. Anna was conflicted. She knew that Pawnee was right. Acorn's soul was irredeemable and now irretrievable. She also knew the true nature of that being posing as a cat. There could be no revenge taken on such a creature, and if she provoked it, it might well come back to the plane of the mortals and keep fucking with Pony Pals out of pure spite. Finally, Anna knew that if she went into the underworld, she would never be able to return to this realm. She had been yanked back from death once, and now the other side had a magnetic pull on her soul, trying to drag it back to where it rightfully should be. Her next death, she knew, would be final, but Anna fucking loved Acorn. Then you two can go back, said Anna angrily. I'm going to go into that good night, and I'm sure as fuck not going gentle. She put out her hand, beckoning for the only 2 friends she had left in this world to come with her. Burn and rave with me, she said. She whispered, catch and sing the sun in flight. Rage, rage against the dying and the light, both Acorn and your own. You can't go fucking Orpheus on our asses now, yelled Pawnee. She'd only recently learned basic Greek mythology and showed off this new knowledge at every opportunity. Anna put her hands on her hips. "Oh, yes I can," she told them. "You can't make me go back." "Well, it looks like somebody's being a sassy Susan," Pam said. "Look, we wanted to destroy that fucking cat too, but if we follow Acorn, there's no guarantee that any of us will come back. Least of all Acorn." "It's its time, Anna," Pawnee said. She touched Anna's hand gently and couldn't help but shudder at the unnatural coldness. She grew more concerned when she realized that Anna's metal hand hadn't been the one she touched. She pulled out her emergency margarita kit and fixed herself a strong one. Anna was undeterred. "I'm saving Acorn's life, god damn it!" "Even if it means sacrificing my own." She glared at her two friends. "If you wouldn't do the same for your pony, then you don't fucking deserve to be called a pony pal." She spat in the snow at her feet. Pawnee could have sworn that she saw the saliva glow slightly. Was it radiation from the uranium-powered arm, ectoplasm left over from Anna's brush with death, the light of pure burning rage and love, or was Pawnee just sloshed? Anna turned her back on her friends and... oh god. Turned her back on her friends, literally and metaphorically, and began to walk away from all that she had ever known and towards that which could not be known. "Hey, it's a curious elf from way back on the title pages. How did he even get all the way here? So fucking curious, motherfuck!" I love him. Why does this sound familiar? Oh no. Oh god, that's why, isn't it? Oh god. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? No, what is this? Oh. Oh, okay. Something like... fair enough. Oh, that's probably where I... okay, that's probably where I remember it from. Anyway, we got through 2 chapters, time for another 2. And now this is truly blind. I didn't remember any of that at all, but I have never gone this far in my attempt from like over a year or even 2 years ago. Blood and snow. Tinned them all myself, oh Billy Hobo. Hobo tinned, what the fuck? Alternate anagram chapter title. Hobo tinned owls. Oh god, wait. Oh god, wait. Okay, make that red. Wait, no, I wouldn't be able to... okay, make that burgundy. Hobo tin owls. Oh my fucking god. Hobo tinned owls. How the fuck did you come up with this? Oh god. How dare you? Alright. Let's get on to this. Pawnee and Pam exchanged a worried ferret. They couldn't make Anna see reason when she was so blind by the special love a girl feels for her pony. But they couldn't leave the world of the living to save a millennia-old pony who was closer to a god than anything else that had ever trodden the earth either. The worried ferret squirmed out of Pam's hands and ran off to worry elsewhere. Pam sighed. "We'll go to hell with you," she said. Anna turned back around, tears welling up in her eyes. "Maybe you and Acorn can be redeemed," said Pawnee. "Maybe the cat and death itself aren't as powerful as we mortals think. But promise us you won't turn back as we leave the underworld," said Pawnee, "or Acorn might be pulled back in." Pam rolled her eyes like, "We get it. You know a bit about mythology. You want a fucking pat on the back? Where were you when I learned numbers, huh?" Oh my god. Anna wanted to hug her friends, but she knew it was dangerous to show affection. since it could be taken as a sign of weakness. Acorn had told her that. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck. That's Janine Betancourt, I think. Then it is settled, Pam said. We follow that fucking cat and descend into hell together. Then we find Acorn, free him from the eternal damnation that he is surely suffering at this very moment, and lead him back with us, where he will live out the rest of his sinful days, haunted by the knowledge of what awaits him when he inevitably is pulled back into the pit. And then we can all ride our ponies down the Pony Pal trails, Pony blubbered excitedly. Anna smiled at her friends. Thank you. Pony Pals stick together, said Pam. Acorn seized as he watched Minnow smugly shit off the edge of a lone tree stump in the middle of the dead clearing. Acorn wasn't sure what it was with which he was seething: rage, self-loathing, jealousy, but seething he surely was. When will the other two judges fucking get here? Acorn snapped. But Acorn, said a voice behind the pony, we've been here all along. Acorn spun around and saw two figures standing on her. Were they hovering slightly above the gray marshy ground? One was a tall middle-aged woman in a thumb-crutched velvet pantsuit, whose glasses did nothing to hide the keen glimmer of her brown eyes. There were a few streaks of silver in her wavy brown hair, and they imbued her with a sense of dignity, like, fuck it, okay. Fuck it, I'm bad at descriptions. Here's a picture of her. Over there, to the right, she looked pretty much exactly like that. Much more efficient to do it this way. Nice. The other person was a really rad dude, with really rad shades who needs no introductions. Who are these douchebags? Acorn whinnied. The rad dude spoke again. We're the douchebags who wrote you. Oh my god, from like the movie trailer thing. The movie is really close to being completed. There's only 2 chapters left. One of them might actually... Okay, chapter 10 came out today, I think. But, did it? Okay, hold on. Yeah, it came out I promise I didn't watch past episode 4. I was just adding them to a playlist. But holy fuck, 40 minutes? 38 minutes was already pretty long, but oh god. Again, I promise I didn't watch these. I watched the first 4 after I completed the first episode, but yeah. But like that was one of the lines in the trailer, right?
We're going for a trail ride. Anna and her pals loved riding on Pony Pal trails.
Okay, fuck, I can't find it. I'm not gonna try. Boop. It's fucking great though. I'll have to watch the full movie after I'm done reading this. Like, I'm gonna try to get the last episode done tomorrow. Alright. We're the douchebags who wrote you. Wrote me? Acorn said. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? It means that you're a fictional character, the woman said. That's right, said Dirk Strider. He hadn't introduced himself as Dirk Strider yet, but it should be totally obvious who he is. No need to be coy. And the woman's Janine Betancourt, the author of the original Detective Pony. Let's not pretend this was any sort of dramatic revelation. You're a text, Acorn, Dirk continued, and I'm going to fucking deconstruct you. You wouldn't dare to! That's a daring proposal. I dare you to try, Acorn said falteringly. Can't get that fucking Dorito pun to work, huh? Minnows observed dryly. Fuck you, cat. I'll get it eventually. All puns aside, Acorn, Janine Betancourt said. Yes, you are a character from a book that I wrote, and Dirk... Well, I'm not sure exactly how he's involved in all of this, but apparently he wrote it too. Dirk waved his hands dismissively. Don't worry about it, Janine Betancourt. Doesn't matter. If you say so, Dirk. There, they've introduced each other, so now everyone knows everyone's name and can refer to each other accordingly. Everyone else's name. Gotta get that fucking wording exactly right. Just pixel perfect. that doesn't apply here. But pixel perfect is not something that... Oh god. This is a point where he starts pacing over entire chapters. Oh boy. The point, Acorn, Janine continued, interrupting my didactic parenthetical edification, is that we created you, so we're in a unique position to judge you for the horrible things you've apparently done. Apparently, Acorn whinnied, so you don't even know what it is that you're judging me for? They don't know your sins yet, Dirk said. I'm going to have to read them. He pulled a thin, worn paperback book from the back pocket. Its purple cover showed a picture of a pony, and was defaced with some vulgar and hilarious text. Read being a low term, of course. Dirk said as he began thumbing through the paperback. Vocare versus legere. Isn't it funny that the English word read doesn't distinguish between reading silently and reading aloud? We need to employ separate modifying words to clarify. The father phenome and the filial grapheme reunited by ambiguity. Minos and Bencourt were rolling their eyes as if the two of them were desperate gamblers down to their last dollar. Instead, eyes were their lucky pair of dice. Or as if the cat and the woman were political prisoners, and their eyes were the final cigarette they were preparing for their stalwart comrade before he was dragged out into the snowy courtyard of the palace-turned-prison to face a firing squad. Or as if they were star-crossed Italian lovers forced apart by cruel circumstance and trying to draw out the moment of their departure for as long as possible, and their eyes were the R's in their final arrivederci. Like this. I can't fucking roll my tongue. Like, what the fuck do you expect from me? Like, okay, yes, I can write Greek mythology perfectly well, but I can't fucking pronounce it. That's fine, right? I mean, I'm a writer, I'm not a speaker. I have not really spoken to much of anyone, honestly. So, what if I can't pronounce Greek? Why should I be able to pronounce these fucking... Why should I be able to roll my tongue, huh? What do you expect from me? Well, you probably expect a lot from me at this point, right? I don't care. Or, as if they were pastry chefs and their eyes were the dough for the roll of tarts that would be served a few short hours later at a hastily assembled diplomatic dinner called in response to some urgent socio-political crisis, and the resolution of said international kerfuffle depended on the cooperation of the second Archduke of Belgium, who was as notorious for his capriciousness as he was for his sweet tooth. They were rolling their eyes pretty fucking hard as a point. Dirk continued undeterred. The closest we have to a unique verb for to read aloud in English is probably recite, from the Latin reciter, which can mean either to repeat from memory or to read aloud, but the English recite is almost exclusively used to refer to speaking from memory, not directly from a page. After all, how can one cite again without an initial citation from brain to page? The mind as an intermediate step between text and mouth, words being inscribed on the surface of the brain before being spoken. That word, inscribe, is really the heart of it all, isn't it? Scribere, to write, inscribe, not just to write, but to write into, to embed words in the page. To recite is to speak aloud the words written into the brain by the page. A reversal of the standard interpretation of causation power. Page writing into man, the source and the receiver, the violence flipped. Speaking as reading, reading as speaking, reading as writing, writing as reading. So when I say I will read your sins, it should be clear that I'm simultaneously reading them and writing them, and it should be equally clear that there is no difference at all between those two actions. What the Christ-shitting fuck are you talking about, Acorn Nade? Dirk shrugged. You tell me, but all pedantry aside, I should tell you how this will go down. Now, Acorn, even the most cursory examination of your crimes makes it apparent that your soul is unfit for any sort of reward in the afterlife. But torture and torment hardly seem right either. Yes, we won't be making a choice between heaven and hell, Betancourt said. It's much more witty than that. It's a choice between existence and non-existence. Minos nodded. We, well, the two of them, have direct control over your narrative. They can rewrite it so that you never existed at all. The question is not what you deserve, Dirk said, but whether you deserve. With the sins that you have accrued, Acorn, do you deserve to have ever lived at all? Acorn pranced and snorted. Do you think I give a shit? Erase me, delete me, whatever it is you'll do. Not existence doesn't scare me. Acorn Dirk shook his head. Guess I'm a fucking pony now. A pony with hands that he can shake. God, imagine how terrifying that would be. And yes, there's definitely pictures of it out on the internet. Faked, of course, but still they exist. You know what? I'm actually curious. Pony with human hands. Oh God. Oh dear God. Okay. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Well, this is not what I was looking for. But sure, whatever. I saw what is this? What the fuck is this? Oh my God! Oh my God, the detail! The fucking detail on that! Oh my God! I love it. This is terrible. Oh God. But My Little Pony has ruined the word pony. You can't search for anything pony related without running into My Little Pony at least once. Fan Labor Wiki. Actually, Fan Labor Wiki? Oh, fan art. Okay, fan art. That makes sense. Is this horse okay? Pony? This pony does not look good. Like, it does not look okay. It looks like it's sick. Does a pony have a ponytail? What? What the fuck? What? I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm gonna close out of that. Now, where were we? Dirk shook his head. No, Acorn. I know that you don't give a shit. He turned his head slightly so a beam of light glinted off his sunglasses in a cool and dramatic way. His flashing eyes, his floating hair. But I think that Anna would give a shit. Acorn finally stood still. Just hurry the fuck up and judge me. Minos, do you remember... Oh, Minos says, do you remember why we have come here today? Is it not true that our purpose is to hear the sins of this pony known as Acorn? And is it not further true that the three of us, after listening to said sins, shall make a judgment concerning the fate of Acorn's existence? Acorn says, well, yeah, Dirk said all that just a few moments ago. Betancourt says, yes, Minos, all you say is true. Minos says, and what form shall our judgment take? Is it not true that each of us shall cast their own vote, and whatever ruling has gained the majority of the votes shall be enacted? This seems a just system. Is there anything I have omitted from my telling? Dirk says, nothing, Minos. Betancourt says, true. It is just as you have said, Minos. Acorn says, why are you speaking in rhetorical questions? Minos says, very good. And now, Dirk, you, I suppose, should speak next after duly calling upon the gods. Acorn says, what's going on? Dirk says, all men, Minos, who have any degree of right feeling, at the beginning of every enterprise, whether small or great, always call upon God. And we, too, We too, who are going to discourse on the nature of sin, of guilt, and of punishment, must invoke the aid of gods and goddesses and pray that our words may be acceptable to them, consistent with themselves. Acorn says, "Why is my name in front of everything I say?" Bencourt says, "Come then, clear voice muses, whether ye have gained this epithet because of the quality of your singing or because the Ligurians are so musical, grant me your support in the judgment that my colleagues and I shall soon make." Acorn says, "And what are those numbers and letters over there on..." I didn't actually notice that. Huh. Interesting. "And what are those letters and numbers over there on the left?" Minnow says, "Let this then be our invocation of the gods." To which I add an exhortation of myself to speak in such manner as will be most intelligible to you, and I will most accord with my own intent. Acorn says, "Wait, I know what's happening." Bencourt says, "A good and fair invocation. Now it must fall upon Dirk to begin the reading of the sins. All Minos and I listen attentively and comment on the occasion we see fit." Minnow says, "Excellent, Janine, and we will do precisely as you bid us. The prelude is charming and is already accepted by us. May we beg of you to proceed the strain?" Acorn says, "I won't play along. We're not making this into a platonic dialogue." Dirk says, "I certainly shall, Minnows, despite the fact that some of these gathered here are making things harder than they need to be." Acorn says, "Nope, fuck you, I refuse." The pony defiantly kicked his name off the page with his powerful hooves. "That's better." Bencourt says, "Acorn, please don't make this into a whole thing." "Fuck you," Acorn said, and after he kicked another Acorn into the abyss. "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," on the synopsim you wrote it on. Dirk says, "You're not really in any position to argue with us, Acorn. We're doing this. It's happening. How far up your own ass do..." Hold on, I need to take care of this too. He kicked the 17C into the growing pile. "Goddamn Stephanus Paganation." Bencourt says, "Can't you just humor him on this one, Acorn? That's kind of how we are. Arbiters do this thing. I mean, if it were up to me, we might try it." Dirk says, "Oh, come on, Bencourt, it's tradition." Minnow says, "It's formal. I like it." Bencourt says, "Of course you like it. You get to be Socrates. I'm not going to go through with this needlessly complicated and pretentious dialogue bullshit just so this glasses-wearing fucker can get his rocks off. Besides, this asshole," Acorn derisively tossed his head in the direction of Minos, "already wrote me into 2 pages of terza rima." Bencourt says, "Oh no, hang on, let me get that for you," Acorn said, and then sent yet another prefix into the bottom margin with his powerful hooves. "Thanks. Was it metered?" Bencourt asked. I am Bic Pentameter." At least he didn't insist on hendecasyllables, Bencourt said, crinkling her nose in reposing at the thought of this particularly odious feat. "That's a good pun," Dirk whispered to nobody. Minnow says, "Alright, fine, we can..." Acorn cocked one of his back hooves. Minnow swore threateningly. "Fine," Minnow huffed. "There, no more dialogue. Happy?" Acorn says, "Very." "You don't have to be an asshole about it, Acorn," Janine Bencourt said. This is beautiful. The 2 girls in the town trudged through the snow silently. Pawnee and Pam had left Lightning and Low Sep behind miles ago. They told the ponies to return home and had pointed them in the right direction. If they just followed the trail in a straight line for a few minutes, they'd be back at the barn. But the girls didn't hold out much hope that the ponies would make it because, as has been covered in this book, earlier in this book, ponies are incredibly fucking stupid. At this very moment, Low Sep and Lightning were probably freezing to death or falling off the cliffs or trying to eat each other or some stupid shit like that. Fucking ponies. "Hurry," said Anna. "I can feel the other side tugging at my very sinews. We're close now." "Here, kitty kitty," Anna called with vicious sarcasm. It was all starting to become clear in her mind now. The cat, her friends, her own death, her new life, the detective pony. Always converging, always colliding, always rushing to a climax. A revelation trembled just past the threshold of our understanding. And here, where the birch forest, the Wiggins, and the Chthonian depths of hell overlapped, and I fell at the center of an odd religious instant. This is a really good song. The fuck is that name? Baba Yaga! Wow. Yes. What? Wait, what? I like it. I hope that hell has an open bar. I finished the last of my backup flasks hours ago, said Pawnee. She had a serious problem. This was a cry for help, and it stopped bothering to project even the slightest pretense of caring about these antics. Anna pointed to the ground. This is it, she said solemnly. This is the point of no return for me. I can feel it. Once we cross over, I can never re-enter the world of living. Pawnee gasped in shock. Pam just nodded. I was ripped from this realm once, Anna continued, and it won't let me escape its grasp again. I know I can't change your mind, said Pam sadly. I know you love Acorn more than you love life, and apparently more than you love me. Oh, Pam, you'll always be the one that got away, Anna said, voice shaking. And Pawnee, you're pretty cool too. The girl and the town were moved by this uncharacteristic display of emotion from Anna. The three held hands and took that all-important step forward. Nothing around them visibly changed, but they all could feel it. They were damned. Pawnee touched Anna's shoulders and pointed at the ground. There's blood in the snow, said Pawnee, just like the chapter's title. Anna saw the blood too. Rage gathered in her eyes. Pam stopped and held up a hand. Listen, she said. What's that? The girl stood and listened. Anna heard a faint meow. It's a cat, she whispered. She smiled. Her smile was far redder than blood and far colder than snow. I'm rapidly running out of Cherry Coke, 0 sugar. Cherry Coke is good as fuck. 0 sugar Cherry Coke is just kind of like, usually 0 sugar stuff kind of tastes the same as normal to me, but this sucks. This legitimately sucks. Anyway, while wearing a powdered wig, and finally number 666, embezzlement, Dirk closed the book, tucked it into his back pocket, and looked at Acorn. Truly an impressive and intimidating list of sins. Bencourt shook her head sadly. Minnows looked solemn. He wasn't even shitting, which is kind of his character's gimmick, so you can tell he meant business. Are we ready to make a ruling? Dirk asked. Acorn reared up on his hind legs and whinnied tempestuously at the 3 arbiters lined up in front of him. One fucking moment, don't I get to say anything in my defense? Weren't you listening to my whole big thing about speech and writing? Dirk asked, obviously annoyed. Grapheme versus phoneme. And all of that? Do you really think the subject speech holds any power in the world of a text? What is written is. What is merely said vanishes instantly if there is no one to record it, like invisible water off the ass of an invisible duck. And we're done recording you. Acorn seemed ready to argue, but Minnows held up one of his adorable little white paws to stop him. Fuck, I accidentally dropped the voice, I'm sorry. Dirk is right, Minnows said. He may be a pretentious douche, but he's right. We, the 3 arbiters of the afterlife, have heard the evidence, and now we must decide what your fate shall be. Not so fucking fast, the girl's voice shouted from the distance. Acorn's ears instantly twitched up. Could it be? It could in goddamn deed. The trees of the dead forest behind the arbiters shuddered. Dirk, Janine, and Minnows turned to face the commotion and nervously inched back. A deep rumble slowly built, louder and louder than thunder, making the ground shake as if a train was approaching. A train of the gods. The bone-white trees swayed wildly in the windless air. They violently uprooted themselves, flowed weightlessly in the air for a breathless moment, and then hurled to either side with savage force, disappearing into the horizon. Through the newly parted path silhouetted by a blinding otherworldly glow behind them, walked 2 girls and a town. Deneen Bencourt squinted into the blinding lights. Are those? That's right, said the girl leading the way. The bright light faded and the three walked into view, posing like a team and looking like complete badasses. Ina Harley stood at the mouth of the gorge that she had just carved into hell and grinned triumphantly. We're the motherfucking Pony Pals, and we're here to fuck shit up. This all takes place within a bar. That's why this music is playing. Slower. Oh hey, this actually put us right next to a song we already listened to. What is Bright Wish? Oh, that song. Fuck that song. Afric. Nope. Ice. Numb. Okay. While we wait for the music to stop in the hopes of more fitting music. Who the fuck is that? What? Weird. Oh well. Next chapter. Chapter 8. Homeless. Nice. You know what? Let's just see the names of some of the other things they've written real quick. Oh yeah, that. What the fuck? This isn't fair at all! What? Yeah. Mario Party, yeah, but not just generic Mario. Bora? What? Fuck is... Wait, is it dead? Nope. Oh. Notifications I'll look at later. Portrait of a Sea Dweller. Oh no. They seem to like to write that sort of stuff. Dr. Scratch or A Vision in the Dean. The Nick of Time. Of course. More. Wait. I thought they wrote Theater of Cruelty. Okay, they didn't. Oh. Oh no, what? Why is... What? Okay, I guess they didn't. Huh. Theater of Cruelty is really good, but I could have sworn that I could have sworn that this was made by Sonic Stuck. Huh. Oh wow. Oh well. Bleh. Dr. Scratcher, what is this? Oh, it's another poem. They seem to like to write poems. Interesting. I'll have to read some of these later. Are we done with this unfitting music? This is not fit for the judgment of a fucking war criminal or something. I don't know how to describe Acorn. Okay, sure, that works. Works well enough. What are they doing here? Dirk muttered to himself. This isn't how it's supposed to go. He grabbed the thin purple book from his pocket, held it close to his face, and began frantically leafing through it. Acorn was pretty much going apeshit at the sight of Hannah, just freaking the fuck out, as ponies are wont to do. Christ, he was just, it was all over the place. Jesus fucking ponies, man. Janine Bencourt, accustomed to such pony-related fuckery, managed to circumvent Acorn's figure and gingerly approached the pony pals, as if uncertain that it was really them. Minnows just sat there watching, shitting at a glacial pace. He knew that now was the time to listen, because he, like almost everyone else there, had no idea what the fuck was going on. Is it really you? Janine Bencourt asked as he reached the girls. I can't believe I finally get to meet you. And who the fuck are you exactly? Anna said, poking an accusatory finger in Bencourt's chest. Pam and Polly stood behind Anna on either side and crossed their arms to help Anna look like a maximum badass. And she did. Oh yes, she did. You're Anna Harley, yes? Bencourt asked. And you two? She glanced at the other girls and gave them a quick wave. Are Pam and Lulu? That was her name? Lulu? Fucking... fucking Lulu. Pawnee's original name was Lulu. Oh my god. The three of you live in Wickens, which is a great name for a town, and go on all sorts of fun adventures with your ponies, and you... Anna, oh my god, are you alright? The instant Janine Bencourt had said Lulu, Anna's eyes had gone pure white, and she now slowly toppled to the ground. Pam immediately knelt at her side. Anna, she shouted, shaking her friend by both shoulders. Don't you dare die again! Don't you fucking dare! Pam rained a shower of tears and blows on Anna's chest from her eyes and fist respectively. Anna, you son of a bitch, you can't do this to me! Pawnee, however, didn't so much as glance on Anna's prone body. She had her mind on only one thing, vengeance. While Pam berated/tended to their friend, Pawnee marched straight up to Janine Bencourt and got all up in her business. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, she hissed at the author, but you're wrapped up in all of this somehow. You're in league with that fucking cat out of it, whoever the douche in the pointy shades is. She slowly walked forward, step by accusatory step, forcing Bencourt to inch backwards until her back was pressed up against one of the chalky trees that circumscribed the clearing. And my name is not Lulu, she continued. It's Pawnee fucking Indiana, and my father is Ron motherfucking Swanson, and don't you fucking dare tell me any different. Got it? The whole scene looked like some sort of goddamn medieval triptych that illustrated the three primal human emotions: the anger of a wronged victim confronting her tormentor, the compassion of a lover caring for her injured friend, and, of course, the most powerful emotion of all, a pony flapping around and going nuts while a cat watches and poops. If Michelangelo and Picasso had been in that clearing, they would have wept the beauty of it all, and then would have started to make out due to their pure, shared stupefaction. Dirk stood aloof on the outskirts of the chaos, reading, listening, thinking. In our triptych metaphor, he's the frame, I guess. That works pretty well, actually. Eventually, he came to a decision. He shut the book quietly, sidestepped over to Minnows, and leaned down and whispered with urgency, Hey, cat, Minnows, cat. Minnows looked up at him and blinked. Yes, he said calmly, we need to judge Acorn, now, right the immediate fuck now. Things are kind of getting out of hand in here, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I don't like that, but I've got a plan. I suspect that if we decide to race Acorn right now, we can shut it all down like an emergency eject button for this story. I was going to have us protract the judgment process for another dozen pages, maybe talk about some shit some more wordplay, of course, but it's pretty fucking clear that now we need to expedite the matter. Minnows yawned. There are only the two of us here, Dirk. We need all three arbiters to make our ruling. And Janine, he gestured to the author, who was still being aggressively berated by the enraged town in Indiana. is otherwise occupied. It doesn't fucking matter, Dirk hissed. The vote just needs to be 2 out of 3, and besides, her vote never really counted to begin with. She's a joke character. I just wrote her in as another facet of this fucking book to ridicule. She's not a real person. She's my projection of the kind of person who'd write. Look, I'll lay it all out for you. Here's what happens beat by beat. I'm listening, Minnow said. Okay, so Bencourt votes to save Acorn. I vote to erase him. You want more evidence. I take us all on this bullshit wonderful life interlude. She's tricked into thinking that it's actually Acorn himself who fucked up the book so bad she changes her vote. You have doubts, but respect that a majority's been reached. You wave your paws or whatever. Acorn's gone. The book starts falling apart even more. Janine realizes what's really happening, and the anvil of dramatic irony drops on her head. She was the creator. She becomes the destroyer. Finn. Then Appendix A, and then the final freakout where Acorn tried to come back and you and I band up to finish the job through pretentious meta bullshit contraptions. Finn again. Roll fucking credits. So let's just cut out the unnecessary bullshit and get it over with. Deal? Before I agree to anything, I do have one question, Minnow said. What exactly did you mean earlier when you said you wrote her in? Ah, motherfuck, Dirk sighed. Not you two. I think I'm starting to understand what's really going on here. Minnow got up and stretched out his front legs in the way that cats do. You know the way, I'm sure. It's really cute. But this cat wasn't just being adorable. It was also being a straight dick. I bow down to you, oh creator, Minnow said sarcastically. Jesus Christ, Dirk said, rubbing his temples with a thumb and forefinger. Why did I have to make you such a smartass? Minnow rolled onto his back and squirmed around like the cutest fucking asshole on the planet. I didn't say I wouldn't help you, he said. In fact, if what I suspect is indeed true, then I'd be quite the fool to try to work against you. At least you're a rational smartass, Dirk said. In the distance, Pawnee yipped a particularly shrill accusation at Janine Bencourt. Dirk glanced in their direction. We should make it quick, he said to Minnow before Pawnee rips off Bencourt's head or something. Both of them are just joke characters, really, but that makes them wild cards, and I don't want to risk having the original author die. And I'm not even going to make the obvious Roland Barthes joke here. That's how dead fucking serious I am. You're not actually worried about Bencourt, Minnow observed. It's Anna who frightens you. Fine, her too, Dirk said. I'll admit it, I got in over my head, so let's just end this fucking thing before she wakes up from her revelation coma or whatever it is. Say, fuck Acorn, tell him to erase his ass or something like that, and we'll be done. I mean, you should probably make it sound more formal, use some bigger words, but that's the gist of it. I can't, Minnow said simply. God damn it, Dirk whispered. It's always something. At this point, the narrative realized that it had been neglecting the other 5 characters for too long, and with Dirk's attention elsewhere, the narrative shook free from the stranglehold he'd previously had on it, and it began to stretch its legs, wander around a bit. Let's see what Acorn's up to, the narrative thought to itself. Acorn was so freaking the fuck out. Okay, not up to that much, the narrative thought. How about Pawnee and Janine Bencourt? That could be interesting. Maybe we're finally addressing how Pawnee is simultaneously Italian and a girl. Like, what's up with that? It kind of switches back and forth, and sometimes it's both at once. I never asked about it, but it's been bugging me for a while. Oh, and I should also check them out because that Bencourt woman apparently wrote me, but only half of me? I don't know what's going on anymore. Alright. Oh god. Population 79,218. Incorporated in 1819. Pawnee was red in the face. Municipality. Median household income 38,360. Sister city to Boraqua, Venezuela. Current mayor Walter Gunderson. Official city tree Indiana common shrub. Read my lips. Pawnee motherfucking Indiana. Bencourt stood tall and haughty, refusing to be cowed anymore by the city/child. Lulu motherfucking Sanders, she countered, short for Lucinda. Fifth grader at Wiggins Elementary Home, teacher Mrs. Livingston, caretaker of the pony Snow White, who is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Baxter. Neither one is even listening to the other, the narrative realized. Looks like they're just in a holding pattern until other stuff's resolved. God, this story sucks right now. I guess I'll check on the other two girls, even though they're both just kind of lying over there on the ground. Now that I think of it, the ground hasn't been very well described, really. It's just gray and misty. Like, does it have grass? Is it dirt? So dumb. You know what? I'm deciding that it's snow. There, that's canon now. Snow. Pam had 2 fingers on Anna's neck, monitoring the girl's weak pulse. Pam was whispering things to her that were so private and passionate that even the newly liberated narrative couldn't listen in. Free indirect discourse holds no sway over those freer and more indirect than it. In a story full of secrets and complexities, maybe the most mysterious character of all is the most human, Pam Crandall. And his eyes were still wide open, but they were no longer white. Now, they were rapidly changing, flickering quickly between different hues, different sizes, different degrees of brightness and cloudiness. It was as if the eyes of dozens of people were fighting for dominance inside the body of this one small girl. It was terrifying. Hey, what the fuck are you doing over there? Dirk shouted to the narrative. Get back inside my head, Christ! I can't leave you alone for 2 goddamn minutes! The narrative meekly complied. It also decided that it would never wander off on its own again, because doing so was as confusing as it was self-indulgent. It would be best, the narrative thought, to treat the sequence as a stylistic flourish that isn't plot significant. Just a flailing of an author who can't think of a natural way to handle so many characters in the same place. So he resorts to weird bullshit in the hopes that no one will notice that it's masking incompetence. If this was full Homestuck, that would be a character select. Oh god. Minos looked bemused by Dirk's outburst. Is this another pretentious meta thing that I wouldn't understand? Dirk sighed. Yeah, pretty much. Things are really coming apart at the seams now, unraveling. Which is why it's so fucking imperative that you help me. As I was saying before you began yelling at nothing, Minos said, I can't vote now because I never heard Acorn sing. What the hell are you talking about? Dirk said. He knelt in the snow, cannon, to look Minos right in his spineless kitty eyes. I read all of them to you and Janine 10 minutes ago. The cat sat up and shrugged. If you did, then I don't remember them. I'm sorry, but those are your own rules. We listen to you read the sins, then we judge. If I didn't hear a list, I can't, by the very logic that you wrote into our universe, make a ruling. Dirk uneasily looked around at the other characters in the dead forest clearing, knowing full well that any one of them could ruin. Oh my fucking god. I know this song. Oh no. I don't remember where I know it from, but I definitely heard it in a game. Definitely. Only more proof that this is all taking place inside a bar. Now a 1960s bar. Da 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 da. Da da. If I didn't hear it. Okay, Dirk uneasily looked around at the other characters in the dead forest clearing, knowing full well that any one of them could ruin everything if they got their act together and realized what was really happening. Fine, he said, looking back at the cat. I'll read them to you again. Will that fucking satisfy you? The cat nodded demurely. It certainly would. Dirk pulled a thin paperback volume out of his back pocket and began thumbing through it with a rapidity that suggested great familiarity. Multiple revisions prompted by care or by insecurity. Okay, I'm on page 53. Da 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 da. 53. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ah, there we go. Alright, something about this, huh? Boop. Okay, bottom of page 53. We just finished a retrospectively unnecessarily Socratic dialogue conceit, and Acorn was being sassy. Ben Gord told him not to be an asshole. Then, on the next page, Dirk flipped to page 54 and immediately went silent. Minnows jumped onto Dirk's shoulder and read out loud. The two girls of a town trudged through the snow silently. Pawnee and Pam had left Lightning and Lil Seb behind miles ago. Oh no, that was Minnows reading it, not Dirk. Frick. Okay then. Dirk was very still. That's not right though. Pages 54 and 55, that's where I read all the sins out loud. It's just a really long list in a nigh unreadably tiny font. That's a joke. The cat arched its eyebrows. Tiny font is a joke? Dirk waved a hand at the animal on his shoulder dismissively, but now 54 is about the girls. Their story was supposed to end permanently on page 40. Fuck. Let's finish this. Or not, okay. Alright, let's finish this. Hopefully, their story was supposed to end permanently on page 43 when Acorn leaves. It's not about them anymore. They're no longer relevant. Maybe they didn't want it not to be about them. Maybe there's more to the Pony Pals than he thought. After all, they somehow made it here. Dirk shut the book, stood, and closed his eyes. No one could tell he had closed his eyes because of his sunglasses, but I know because I'm him. So trust me, he closed his fucking eyes. Now is not the right time to start questioning our objectivity. Eye status, shut tighter than something that's really tight. I don't have time for these elaborate similes anymore. Okay, Dirk said after a few seconds. Okay, new plan. I can still make this work. I've got it under control. Just as long as... And that's when Anna woke up. Anna's eyes, which had been flickering wildly, suddenly snapped back to their usual deep, cloudy brown. But now, there was an otherworldly glow bordering her irises, as if a power inside the Anna's skull was struggling to escape, or was being held in check by the girl's willpower alone. I like how it's described as the Anna. As if Anna's like a species of her own. Fuck, I'm out of ice. I can make it. There's barely any left. This is the last chapter I'm reading this episode. I can read the other 4 tomorrow. I don't need more ice. Like the final 4. I did see how long the videos for the movie were, like 40 minutes for chapters 9 and 10, and then looking at the audiobook links, chapters 11 and 12 are rather short. So, yeah, I think the next episode should be around the same length. Anyway, she began to stand. Pam, kneeling by her in the snow, gasped in shock and relief and cautiously scooted away. To be completely honest, Pam's gasp was due to shock, relief, and fear. So much fear. As Anna stood, her robotic arm did not come with her. It remained on the could ground. Could ground. That's 2 mistakes on 1 page. Lifeless and motionless metal once more, covering the sum where the cybernetic arm had previously connected to Anna's shoulder. There was now a shimmering glaze of the same slowly pulsing light that struggled behind the girl's eyes. Again, as with the eyes, Anna seemed to be holding this power back, keeping it from shooting out of her shoulder in a solid beam of chaotic creation. Anna looked around the clearing as if seeing it and everything for the first time. The cat and the boy had stopped their conversation to stare at her, as had the city and the woman. Even Acorn had stopped his nonsensical horse bullshit to watch Anna Harley, Pony Pal. Anna walked to the center of the clearing and tilted her head to the sky. She spoke in an icily sharp voice. I am become author, destroyer of texts. At last the night listened. At last it was silent. I am become is a reference to something, right? I am become death. I am become death. Let's see this. Oh god, it's 21 minutes. Probably will fit.
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Huh.
Or
Oh no.
I remembered the
Oh god.
Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh no.
Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh god. Wait, what? Wait, what? Uh, oh no. Oh god, what the fuck? Did, did they? I don't know what to say to that, but I am disappointed. I am actually disappointed. Oh boy. And then it was silent no longer. Every small noise was audible now, practically to the point of being visible. Sounds etched in bas relief, like the grooves on a record or the pins on a cylinder of a music box. You could almost see them embedded in the heavy, viscous hair. The crunching snow under Pam's feet, she cautiously stood up. The quiet whispered stream of fuck, 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 fuck that tumbled from Dirk's lips like an obscene waterfall. The switch of Minos' tail, once again emulating the eternal pendulum. Pawnee and Janine Betancourt's little grunts as they angrily bumped each other with their shoulders, continuing their argument pettily and non-verbally. And, of course, Acorn, the pony's huge, gulping breaths of air as he recovered from his final freak-out. Acorn, Anna said as she fixed her phantasmagorical gaze on her pony. I'm glad I got to see you again. She slowly walked to the pony and put her hand on his mane, stroking it lovingly. Acorn rested his head on Anna's shoulder and nuzzled her neck. He too was thankful for this moment, and he too knew its cost. Like Pam's earlier speech to Anna, this moment was too private, no, too sacred to eavesdrop on. The silvery light began to drip from Anna's shoulder, each drop bursting into a flash of prismatic rays as it hit the ground. She and the pony were, it was so hidden, too sacred, too secret, sacrosanct, sacrament. Acorn was sacrament, consecrate, desecrate, dissociates. Why can't I describe what's happening? It's describing itself. At last, Anna pulled away from Acorn. She stood on tiptoe, whispered one last secret in his ear, then stepped backwards away from him. She kept her hand on his mane as long as she could and left it outstretched for several moments after the contact broke. Anna once again stood in the middle of the clearing, the middle of the universe. She gazed at the pony she loved more than anything, including herself. Now, she whispered. Immediately Acorn sprung into action. He moved with a paternal speed and agility, a machine of oiled muscle, a brilliant quicksilver torrent, a cascade of light and flesh and sound, a god. A god. He first ran to Janine Betancourt, grabbed the back of her jacket in his puissant jaws, and with one sleek movement of his head, tossed her over his shoulder so she landed perfectly on its back. She instinctively grabbed his mane as he began to race towards his next target. Minos is more than ready. As Acorn passed, the cat fluidly leapt onto the pony's flank. He dug his claws in deep. Acorn bled. Neither cared. Finally, Acorn turned to Dirk. Through his shades, Dirk saw Acorn's horrifying face rushing towards him. Lips pulled back, mane whirling, eyes frothing, ears billowing, hooves pulverizing, legs pumping like the pistons in the engine of a hearse. 1 horsepower was more than enough to drive this horse on its journey to the grave and back again. This was a nay, celestial body of an animal who would run into a burning barn, not out of stupidity, but out of defiance, out of refusing to believe that the flames could so much as singe him. Acorn had become oak. Dirk was fucking scared shitless. But Acorn didn't touch Dirk at all as he sped past. Instead, he precisely plucked the book from Dirk's hand and continued on his thunderous way. Acorn held the paperback between his teeth as he galloped out of the forest, following the trail the pony pals had cleared. This was a pony. This was a fucking pony. Again, the silence. Again, the stillness. Dirk and the 3 pony pals stood alone in the clearing, bodies tense, minds tenser. The stasis was finally broken when Pam walked over to Anna and put a hand on her left shoulder, being careful to avoid the mysterious shimmering fluid that was now falling from Anna in a steady trickle. Pawnee quickly joined them, grabbing onto Anna's other shoulder. This wasn't the Anna they had known and had maybe loved, but whoever had now joined her in this body, Pam and Pawnee trusted them. Okay, what the fuck went down just now? Dirk asked. I've seen some bullshit, but this is bullshit. Anna shivered, the light pouring from her dimmed eyes until it was just the faintest flicker that occasionally radiated from her eyes. The stump of her left arm was once again bare flesh. Pam began to remove her coat so Anna could cover it with a sleeve, but Anna shook her head and pointed at Dirk. I want him to see it. Still don't know what's happened, but now I'm even more weirded out than I was before, Dirk mumbled. Last page. Yeah, you can add me to the list of people who want to know what the fuck's going on, Pawnee said as she and Pam drew back their hands. I'm pretty damn sure you're on that list too, Pam. Pam was silent. Then let me explain, Anna said. I'll explain it all. Okay, good. Info dump time, Dirk said, inching closer to the girl, the town, and the whatever it was that Anna had become. And let's just go through the highlight reel, since I'm pretty sure that letting those 3 fuckers hold on to that book for too long is the greatest of all conceivable ideas. So give it to me bounded in a nutshell, even though the stream is bad enough that I highly doubt I can become the king of infinite space. Another sharp burst of the mysterious light shot from Anna's eyes. Her irises rapidly flickered through another 18 permutations of colors. Shit. Worst time to get interrupted. Another sharp burst of the even though it's, fuck, where am I? Another sharp burst of the mysterious light shot from Anna's eyes, and her irises rapidly flickered through another 18 permutations of color shades inside of them before once more settling down. Anna smiled. Thank you, she said. Dirk started rubbing his temples again. Jesus, this rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and darker and shittier, even without that chest-hour motherfucker hanging around here. He had another flash from Anna's eyes. Pawnee tugged on the sleeve of Anna's shirt. We probably should actually hurry up. We still need to save Acorn, right? Acorn's gone now, Anna said softly. He no longer belongs here, or anywhere. In other words, he's homeless. That was the last time I'll ever see him. But there's more at stake here than Acorn's soul. So much more. Pam hesitantly nodded. Yes, she whispered, then looked surprised at the words she had just said. First answer, Anna said to Dirk. Why and how I'm here. I actually have you to thank for that, Dirk. By killing me, you send me to the other side of the other side. I know you think that phrase is just a little playful combination of words that doesn't mean anything, but it does. You removed me from the story, but only temporarily. On my way out of and my way back through the other side, I passed through all the layers of other text surrounding this one. Other text? Pawnee said, reaching for her flask before realizing that she drained it and the 5 others she carried on her at all times and tossed it aside hours ago. The fuck do you mean, other text? Yes, Dirk said menacingly, advancing a few steps. What do you mean? Because if you mean what I think you do, then saying so would maybe be the most self-indulgent thing saying of all in this all-race, incredibly self-indulgent clusterfuck. Anna ignored him. This is a text, Pawnee, she said. We're characters in a book. Well, not exactly. It's complicated, but I'll explain that later. The point is, Dirk, that you killed me, then brought me back. That's the key, because in destroying me, you created me anew. But why only you, Dirk asked. I killed and revived Minos, too, several times. There are even more that I killed and left dead. What's special about you? Anna grinned. I'm just... I'm dyslexic. Oh my god. That's the fucking reason? That's the reason she has, like, ascended to godhood? Okay. Bookmark this. Chapter 9. No. We can read 3 ideas later. But we're done. That was almost 2 hours. Oh boy. Fuck. But this is a damn good story. I shall continue reading it later. Like, I'm gonna read the rest of it tomorrow. But for now, I should stop. Rest my freaking tongue, my throat. It hurts to speak at this point. It wouldn't hurt to speak if I had bothered to get some more freaking anything to drink between, like, during one of my AFKs, but I didn't. Anyways, thank you for watching. We finish this tomorrow, hopefully, unless something distracts me.